just to try and get some space.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. We need!
I'm scared. Kill.
21. Dig! Hey, wahoo!
49, guys. Mike.
I got you.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
11. Hey, Charlie! Hey, gun.
Mike, 49. Down to lose one. 49 to Mike. Watch 49. Check pass.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Kill.
Now Rashad Penny. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Touch 50.
Shit. Let's go. Come on. Mike 51. Mike,
Alert.
ball shot.
Look left. Good touch.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But, partner, let's talk Super Bowl. We have to. Before the year, by the way, we made predictions for the Super Bowl. You got one of the teams right. You had Kansas City and New Orleans, but you had the Saints winning. I also had the Saints there, but losing to New England. Well, now we get a chance to rectify things. So who's going to win the big game, partner?
Well, I think San Francisco wins 35-34. MVP, usually a quarterback. But in this case, we're going to have an upset. Middle linebacker Fred Warner is going to have 13 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown and be the upset MVP winner over Jimmy Garoppolo, because in the Super Bowl, if the quarterback does anything, he wins the award. But this time, the defense, which got them there.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack.
Here we go.
They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
I got you.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. That run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15. One of the big questions in the lead up to Super Bowl 54, the health of Tevin Coleman. We saw him go down fairly early in that NFC Championship game against Green Bay, and you thought, oh boy, it got his man complete. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 89 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Good work, boys. Go. Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Bang out, bam.
He's checking. Crash.
Hey, zero.
From the 31, Wilson. That's caught by Penny. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Penny. They find some open field here, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check.
36 power. 14. Gun.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
50 wants the mic. 50 wants it. It's our field.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 39 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken short, and he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
11.
21.
Hey, gun. 21.
Check 13.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
I got you. Stay alert.
Strip that ball.
40 Alpha.
49 to Mike. I'm going to run you.
Garoppolo now. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They run forward Breida, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Hey, Stu.
Garoppolo on first down. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Check 9. Back. I got you. White.
This is Breida. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Watch out.
Two. Hey, gun. Get hot.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. 20, 13.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Here we go. 180. 12.
57.
Get hot.
57 Mike.
Bravo.
It's just me and you. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Coming to you.
Black.
Mike 57. All day.
Hey, gun. Hey, exit.
Any day.
Go ahead. Get hot.
On first down, Garoppolo. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Garoppolo's pass intercepted. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
14.
20, Mike 20.
Hey, watch delay.
There we go, Mike 20.
Hey, watch the ball. Touch Missy. Right.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's good for a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
Switch it.
Start it.
Hey, Mike 20. Hey, watch the screen.
Good. 4 down.
I'm on.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Able to get this to Gordon. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10.
Alert.
Switch up.
There we go, Mike 20. You ain't got nothing.
Hey, switch gears.
Go.
Twist. Watch the twist.
On first down, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Now it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Hey, 0. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. He's crashing. He's checking. Hey. Slam.
Now Wilson on first down. It's caught. Lockett. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll run with Penny. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. On the run, it's Penny. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. Check. 25. 19. 6. One left. Mike 51.
Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
Watch the slant.
Friday.
51 the mic. I got it.
Gun.
Check the backer.
Hey, 0. Gun. Off.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Now, I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Jim. 11.
On the handoff, this is Breida. Pass the 12. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 50 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to...
It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. C.J. Prosise, 75 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we are tied at 14. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey, Lock, lock, lock.
Whip, whip. Watch the whip.
Lock, lock, lock. Hey, foxtrot. Hey, gun.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Rush in.
11.
49 the money. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
I got you. 21. Here we go.
Got you.
Hey, seam 6.
March 49. Who that?
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And no, it's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Check. Tighten up.
Good.
Tighten up.
Good. 4 down.
24. Check 24.
49, check 49.
Hey. Check. One left.
Go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run. Read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go. Hey, 0. Bring it.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check. Everybody, Mike 20. Front left.
Wilson now to throw again. Being chased out left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Gun. 12.
Wilson turns and gives to Procise. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Friday. 54, right there. 54. 4 down. Good.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 10, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Hey, gun. Hey, come on, man.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check three. Go ahead.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check 21. I got you.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Alert. Deuce.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Wilson going to hand it to Procise. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
36 power.
51 to Mike, boy. 51. Get in the weight room.
From the 27, Wilson flushed out right. This complete to Lockett. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
40.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. To throw is Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 99.
White. Hey, Echo.
57.
Hey, John.
Now Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
First throw in overtime now for Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Kill, go Echo! Spike 51, Mike 51.
One left.
51!
Now what can Wilson do here in the OT? This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.